Fascinating. Fascinating. You should see this. You should see this. I'll show it later. Hello, people of the earth. Welcome to the end of year vlog. I am Ackieforest, or just Ackie. I like being just referred to as that now. That was just a name I came up when I started this channel ages ago, in the dawns of time starting. Whatever. I never know if I should actually call this the... Can I just... Hold on a minute. I never know if I should actually just call this the end of year vlog or the beginning of year vlog. But it could be both, because I talk about both. So... But it feels better to call it the end of year vlog, because that's when I record it, at the end of the year. I'm just going to tease you with this the whole time throughout the video, and then at the end I will show you why I'm excited for this. But in the meantime, let's say hello to our old friend. It's the Notepad of Knowledge. Hey, I can't clap. And mind. Oh, God damn it. Fucking... This year has made up for the last two before it, because nothing happened the last 2 years. There has been so much stuff going on that I can't even make enough notes for what to talk about. I literally, there's a show on in this country which is a quiz show. It's with comedians and whatever on it, but it's entitled, people will know in the UK what I'm talking about, but it's called the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. And there were some questions in there where I'm going, that happened this year? That happened this year? What the fuck? Yeah, I was under the illusion that the Will Smith slap, you know, happened last year. That's how much has been going on. That happened this year. This year! And it's been layered on with everything else. But I'm going to narrow it down. I'm not going to be talking for days, because I could talk for days. You know me. I'm going to talk more about this country, what's been going on, because enough's been going on in this country. I may as well cover all the topics I'm going to mow through. Well, I say mow through, just lecture you on. You like that word? I'm going to talk about things that have happened in this country that relate to me, or other things about this country. I am going to then be talking a little bit about wrestling, just a little bit, because a lot's been going on there. And then I'm going to talk about, and then I'll be addressing. I'm gonna wait to announce that. I'm going to talk about something that I've been making for the channel for a while. You'll probably know what I mean by that. My hidden message to you. I'm going to talk about personal stuff, and I'm going to talk about the future of this fucking channel. So let's get on with it, shall we? Oh boy. So in this country, if you have been or not been aware, we've seen 3 prime ministers. Yeah, I'm getting political to kick us off. Also, I realize I'm standing all the way over here. Should you want me more over here? Is this better? I need to turn my fucking mirrors around so I can see everything. There we go, that's better. We've had 3 PMs, as I call them, prime ministers. And they've all been disastrous, one after the other. I think I did say, when Boris goes, we ain't gonna have anyone better. They're all part of the same party, and they all like to do nothing to help or benefit the country. And god damn it, fucking one of them was Liz Truss. You remember her? She got beaten by a lettuce. And funnily enough, the people, there was another event that took place, and that kind of crossed in the path. That'll make a good quiz question. Who was Prime Minister when passed away? We'll get to that. But fucking, what was I gonna say about her? I don't know what I was gonna say about her. What is there to say about her? But yeah, fucking Liz Truss is gonna be forever known to be the shortest reigning prime minister in this country, and yeah, and now we've got a new guy, and people can celebrate and everything will go, no, it's the first guy of colour to be the prime minister of this country. And it's like, yeah, but I'm more worried about what he does. Because I've got one story to tell to prove that he's completely out of touch. Don't worry, I'm not going to make this I'm just going to say this. I need to say this. I think people are becoming more aware that the Conservative Party are no good, and I've pointed that out too many times for me to think about. I try not to make this channel political, but here we are. Then I'm worried for this country. That's why I want to go to Japan and get out of here. Take me on the next flight, please. No, yeah, so Richie Sunak is how you pronounce his name, by the way. Richie Sunak. That's probably going to be his nickname. Because he is rich. He's one of the richest people in the country. So, and he's proven that he's completely out of touch by just before Christmas he went to a place that he went to a food bank place, which is a bit of a clash in itself, because if he was doing his job and the government were doing their job, there wouldn't be a food bank to go to. And for those of you that don't know, don't live in this circle called the UK, a food bank is basically a place where people donate food, and then people can get food if they can't afford it because of the budget that they're on, because they're being underpaid and shit's hit the fan. Okay? So that's what a food bank is. So he had the audacity to show up, first off, show up at a food bank when he should be helping prevent going there, if you know what I mean. He asked one of the people there, one of the questions he decided to ask them was, do you work in business? And it was a homeless guy. Weep for us. We don't vote for the prime ministers, but we vote for the party. But we've gone through 3, and we didn't vote for 2 of them technically. So yeah. And also people were saying, stop talking about Brexit. I'm like, we'll talk about fucking Brexit because it's an issue. It's a problem with this country that we're facing. So we need to address the issue instead of fucking ignoring it. That's why we're gonna still talk about it. And I'm not gonna get into that kettle of fish because I could go on forever about fucking Brexit. Why did people vote for it? Why did people listen to people who are liars? Why? What did the liars benefit from it? I'm tripping over stuff on the floor. Go away. Go away. So, there's a lot of stuff wrong with this country, and I tell you what, our current government ain't gonna fix it. And then we have to wait until at least 2024 until we can fucking get them out, or at least hope of getting them out. I'm literally living Road 96. We need to end this tyranny. Except I'm not doing the hitchhiking part, but I'm trying to get out of the country still. Quite possibly. No, I want to stay here for now. For now. Well, yeah, this is going to clash in with the other thing. Politics is over. Fucking, how are we doing on time? We're doing fine. So, rather sad thing happened in this country, and I don't care what people say, but our dear beloved Queen passed away, Queen Elizabeth III, or second, Queen Elizabeth II, or is it the third? I don't know anymore. I should know. Here I am ranting about, I love my country, which queen is it? I don't know. But either way, yeah, she passed away earlier this year, and big funeral. I watched the whole thing because we all had time off work to do that. um, Even though we could have done with the money. But yeah, and I watched the whole thing. Because I still do love this country, and I now have to cross off something on my bucket list that I didn't do, which is meet the fucking Queen. So yeah, I think they're going to have the crowning of King Charles the Third. That's why I get those two confused. See, is it the second or the third? But it's definitely King Charles the Third, or the second. See, I don't know. I'm conflicted. Is it the second or the fucking third? But they're going to crown him, I think, around May time, May, June, somewhere, because it takes lots of planning. There was a lot of planning. Hello, I'm back. I was busy ranting. I didn't notice that I actually ran out of time. This camera's just random on me. But yeah, I was just, I'll probably cut out what needs to be cut out and then just catch up with, yeah, so the planning for the funeral was a lot going on with it there. So there's a lot more planning that goes into crowning someone. It's going to be the first ever time it's happened in most people's lifetime, because we also had the Jubilee, the Diamond Jubilee anniversary for the Queen, which is, I believe, the 60th year in reign. So yeah, anyone under 60 has never seen a new crowning. I've never seen a coronation in their life. That's bonkers. But we're finally going to. No, I'm keen for the experience. You know, we're going to go out and celebrate in the road and get run over by electric cars. But yeah, should be exciting. I might film it. I don't know. That's stuff to come in the future. If you're fascinated, if you are, leave a comment. If you dare. No one does, but hey, here I am, just yelling at a wall. Leave a comment. That's the only thing I demand you to do, but I'll be demanding for you to do something else soon. Or not specifically you guys, because everyone probably watching this is probably subscribed. Let's see. But yeah, but it's kind of an exciting time, but it's kind of a bad time as well. So yeah, but I think Keir Starmer, who's leader of the Labour Party, put it correctly, as saying she wasn't just the Queen, she was our Queen, and damn right she was. So yeah, there's that. Right, let's move on to wrestling. Let's see, wrestling. So I'm here first and foremost to talk about Vince, that lovely guy. He retired. I don't know what I was doing on that day, but I was like, huh, cool. And then Vince is now threatening to come back. I am still planning to watch the Royal Rumble this year, which is going to be in January, so not that long to wait. But I'm curious, because that was the last product I ever actually watched from that company, was casually watching. I don't know if you can casually watch it, but casually watching the Royal Rumble every year just to see how they would fuck it up. But then I stopped after I couldn't take any more fuck ups. And I haven't watched a Royal Rumble for the last 3 years. I think the last one I watched was in 2018. So yeah. Didn't even see Edge come back. Good times. And yeah, so I hope Vince doesn't come back. Sorry, I'm going blah. I'm trying to find words and my brain's just going, I don't know. I have been drinking, but it's past, so I'm good with soaking it up. Said the brain, going. Is it Queen Elizabeth III or the second? Yeah. Now I would like to go on to a bigger rant, and this is about AEW stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to attempt to defend CM Punk. A long time ago, I was a defender of him with the whole pipe bomb thing, and that turned into a charade, and I loved it, to be honest, actually. Love a bit of drama on the channel, don't we? That was ages ago, jeez. But I'm here to defend again, because I'm one of those people that can see, I always take things from both sides of the fence. With everyone that I've known and with stories that I've heard, it's like, how would the other person feel from their perspective? I'm going to put myself in their shoes, and I'm going to evaluate their side, even though theirs seem to be the quote-unquote wrong side. So how did I want to word this? So picture yourself being CM Punk, okay? And I know he said some bad things. There was some bad things to be said, and that's fair enough. But to defend him, he was in probably that kind of mood because of certain events taking place around his life or whatever, or around the company. But then he does the thingy bob it all out. And he's got Hangman Page, and he's got the Young Bucks and Omega, and they're all being children. And he does that, and he's just had a big grueling match with Jon Moxley, and he's won the title, and and in his defense of him being in pain, is because I think the straight edge thing was not just a gimmick, it's actually what he does. He doesn't drink or smoke or take drugs, which would imply he doesn't take painkillers. So he would be in a lot of pain, seeing as he did come back from an operation or whatever, surgery. What did he go away for? I've forgotten. There's my brain again going. But either way, he was hurt. And when you're pissed off and you're hurt, you're going to say a lot of things to vent your anger. And then, after the interview, he goes to his locker room, okay? I'm not defending who was with him, who threw the fucking chair or whatever. I'm not defending him. He hasn't got an excuse. He can fuck off. But Punk goes back to his locker room, he gets ready. What happens to back up his claim that he's working with immature people and whatever, and people who, aren't going to get along with him? What do? They decide to go to his locker room, bust down his door with a super kick. I don't know, that was a joke going around, but I'm going to stick with it. But that's just for the humor purposes. But I don't know what obviously took place. I can't talk very much on that front, but fine, don't cut out on me. Did the door hit his dog or something? And so the person who threw the first punch was Punk. Boom. And then everyone gets suspended and blah 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 blah. But put yourself in Punk's shoes. Would you want to meet the people that you're pissed off at after you've just been pissed off at them? Imagine yourself in someone that you don't like, and you've been beaten up, and you're hurt, and you just want to go home, and then they walk in through the door. What are you gonna do? Sit there? I fucking wouldn't. I would punch them. I would say, get the fuck out. I just want to go home. I just want to have peace in my life, and I don't need you guys to come in and be stupid. So that's my take on that. So I'm not, things have surfaced after that, and the suspensions were right, and I'm glad that I was really pissed that the Dark Order didn't win the trios titles, the inaugural titles. They've really fallen short with the Dark Order, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the Dark Order. I want to join them. Let me go and join them. I'll go over there and help them. But yeah, ever since it's a real disrespect because of the whole Brody Lee thing with him dying, and then suddenly Tony's dropped the ball on them or something when they could have been huge, and they still could be huge because they're fucking over. They are over with the crowd. Give them what they want, what they need, and then I saw them have another match for the trios, and then Death Triangle won them. So I'm just like, well, not that I don't like Death Triangle. Death Triangle's fine and great. And they're busy having that war. I haven't watched the current episode of the New Year Smash one with the Falls Count Anywhere match, but yeah, I'm actually rooting for Death Triangle in that match, because I not that I've lost respect for anyone. I haven't lost respect for Omega. I feel like he's the most innocent one in this, out of all of them. But the Bucks, I'm starting to turn into Jim Cornette on that front, I'm afraid. Yeah, just everything seems way too put on and fake with them. Everything just seems like it's not a wrestling match, it's just a stunt show and a flippy flop, if you will. So starting to become, I will give them credit for making one of the best cage matches ever with the Lucha Brothers. That match was great, and it's been a while since I saw a good cage match, so they get credit for that. But otherwise, when it comes to this, I don't like him. But I usually don't let the backstage stuff concern me that much. I'm just trying to put my 2 cents on this whole ordeal, that say maybe Punk is not that bad. I know Jericho said he's a cancer in the locker room or whatever, but whatever. My 2 cents. I'm trying to look at it from the other side, because FTR would defend Punk, and they're a bloody good tag team, and use them more. So wrestling rant is over. I'm going to restart the camera. Alright, well, yeah, so that's my take on wrestling for this year. And everything else has been balmy and whatever, but yeah, I hope Vince doesn't come back. Don't come back, you're out of touch, go away. It'd be funny if Triple H brings all the guys in that Vince fired, and then suddenly he shows up and goes, ah, you're all fired again. That'll be a fucking disaster. But whatever. Right, we're moving on. Speaking of wrestling, let's talk about the ASF. Yeah, I was planning actually, but you know, I can't plan with this show anymore. But I was planning to have the ASF season 1 completely done, finished, maybe with the last episode, because when it comes to the ASF people who watch the ASF on this channel, there is going to be a last Raw show after Bash of the Brands. So so at the moment we've got one SmackDown to get through, the last one of the season, then Bash of the Brands, and then Raw for the season finale after that. So we've only got 3 more shows. But I was planning to just get Bash of the Brands, but you know, things happened and time was inconvenient and everything else was inconvenient, and I didn't get it. But we're nearly there, and it's it's going to be the end of an era for sure. But that doesn't mean it's going to be over, because I've already been planning with a certain somebody, and he knows who he is. Season 2. Oh yeah, we're still going to do it, except I'm going to simplify it, and I'll probably have more information in regards to that, of doing the whole simplifying trick, so that I can make it more quicker or more easier or just more better in general for season 2, because I don't want to spend another 10 years doing it, because fucking hell, I'll be really old and really tired. But I don't want to do that. But I don't plan to end it at all, but it will probably take a little hiatus after season 1 for us to sort stuff out. So yeah, speaking of sorting stuff out, obviously there's only so much time I have in life anymore, and making the ASF has taken up space where I could be doing other things that would be, I'll say, more beneficial to my personal life, because yeah, I'm still writing my book that I'm writing. So I'm still writing it, but I'm not getting enough time to really indulge in it because I'm more concerned with making the ASFs, and just that's occupying at least 50% of my brain most of the time. I'm always thinking about it, and then everything else is just crammed into the other side of my brain. So it's stressful. It is stressful to make, but it's worth it when, you know, I've got a finished product to post out there. It's always great, and it's always appreciated when you guys watch. You're the life force behind the show. I'll said it once, and I'll say it again, and before, and whatever. But you are the reason I'm carrying it on, because I would have been done with it already. But it would be nice to actually finish this and finish season 1, and then I'll definitely be pumped for season 2 because we've already got some interesting plans. There will be I do already plan as a hint some pre-season events. So yeah, but we'll not indulge in that now. I will talk more about that at the end of when the season actually ends, whenever that is. I will be uploading a preview for Smashdown on Friday coming up. So look forward to seeing what matches we're going to have for the last Smashdown, and then whenever I get it done, it'll be posted and whatever and premiered and so yeah, and then I'll be making. I have actually been making the Bash of the Brands event and the Smashdown together, which is why it's been taking a little bit of time, because then you won't have such a wait for when I do get Smashdown finished, and then I will already have like half of Bash of the Brands done, so I would only have the other half to do. Anyway, that's the proceedings, and then there'll be the last Raw, and then it'll be the season is over, and then I will talk more on that subject when the time comes. So yeah, and then I can just get on with my book. I have been working on it, but I want this year to be the year where I publish it and get it out there, so you guys can buy it, because hey, I can't get money from the ASF. It's literally just still a hobby, but it's a hobby that's really dragging on my psyche, and it needs to end, and I need to have a good, firm, stiff break away from it so I can work on the book, get that out there, and then I'll be more than happy to start up season 2, and then I'll find time to do anything else. Also, for the people who are thinking, well, you should stop doing the Let's Play videos in order to do the ASF. For those of you that are saying that, I've said it before, I don't know when, but it was a little while ago, because I didn't want to detract from, you know, just because I'm making these videos doesn't mean I can't make these videos. It's because if I wasn't working on the ASF, I would be gaming. So that's why the Let's Plays don't take any time, because that's technically me just being a gamer, you know, and not being worried about the show. That's the time when I don't have to be worried about the show, which is why on live streams, if someone sometimes wants to talk to me about the ASF, and I'll be like, oh, you don't want to talk, I just want to play, I just want to enjoy my life. So that's why, but you know, any time that I would be spent gaming, I would be spending it making a video nowadays, you know. So it doesn't take up any extra time out of my schedule. I was still doing lots of gaming before I was doing the Let's Play videos on the channel before that. So that's and any time that I would be editing a video, I don't put a lot of effort. If those of you that have watched Let's Plays, you know, and now I've got my new computer to help even more with that and do some crazy things with it, but simplify the editing process. It's become a lot easier and doesn't take up any time, and that time I would usually be probably gaming as well. So it really doesn't, Let's Plays do not detract from me making the ASF, but it's getting so draggy with making shows because real life is getting in the way. So yeah, so there you go. And I need to game, because otherwise if I just keep doing recordings for the ASF, I'm gonna go fucking mad if I haven't already. So yeah, I don't want to be playing Day of Reckoning 2 for the rest of my life and nothing else. So that's why I figured I could do Let's Plays for the channel, and then there's a bit of extra content coming through, you know, and it's all good fun, and we're being happy and stupid and jokey, and sometimes anyway. Not all the time. It's only if I can manage it and actually focus on the fucking thing at the same time. But either way, whatever. That is what it is. So all the naysayers who were saying, "Oh, you should be spending more time making the ASF show," I am. I'm spending exactly the same amount of time. I don't know if there are any people that were saying that, because it hasn't been directly fed to me, but that's what I get on the general consensus of, like, how long is this going to take? Because you're taking forever. It's like, I'm taking it forever because of real life. And I know what you're saying. Then when real life, ASF feels more like work. Stop doing the Let's Plays because, you know, because that's still time that you could be working on the ASF, but it's like, as I've just mentioned, I need to keep my brain intact, and I don't want to be doing ASF all the time. So that's for my sanity, if anything. So yeah. Anyway, moving on from that topic. There's just a couple of things left to get off here, and that is oh yes, how are we doing on time? I'm going to restart it again. Let's see, where were we? Yeah, I'm afraid in terms of the Let's Plays I'm going to have to go against my own pet peeve when it comes to YouTube videos, but I'm doing it for humorous reasons. At the beginning of every video, you know the tradition I usually go, I'm like, "Hello people of the earth, welcome to whatever video this is. I'm Ackieforest and this is part whatever it is." But I will now be adding something else that I'll be saying at least at the beginning of the video, and that is, guys, someone a while ago, well, I won't be saying this whole thing, but you'll get the gist of it. A little while ago, during the horror months, which was in October this year, someone came up to me. I had 444 subscribers, and someone said, I've forgotten who it was, and to be specific because I'm busy as fuck and don't have time to remember a random name on the internet, I'm afraid. The only people that consistently talk to me I will recognize. But they said to me, "You've got 444 subscribers. If only it was 666. And I thought, that's actually really funny. So, because of that person, I will now be telling people at the beginning of the videos to subscribe to the channel until we get to 666. We're either going to get to 666 subscribers, and my foot, or we're going to get to October 31st, because that's the deadline. So if you want me saying that until October 31st of this year, of 2023, then yeah. But again, probably most people that are watching this are subscribed, but try and get people to subscribe that aren't, that you would know that would possibly enjoy content from me, and then we can reach the target. I don't mind, it's a small number, and I'm happy with that, because I'm happy enough with the small number I got anyway. But that would be perfect if I have 666 subscribers by October 31st in 2023, this year. Boink. So you're going to hear that at the beginning of every video until I get 666, or until the date, because then I'm just going to stop, because there's no point. So we'll find out what it's going to be. Because I do hate people that do that on YouTube. It's like, nah, I don't know how to subscribe to this person. I want to see more of this person's content. Whatever shall I do? Alright, there's a subscribe button. Don't treat me like a fucking idiot. But I'm only saying it because I want to reach the target of 666 by October 31st, because that would just be funny. I just thought that'd be funny. I'm doing it for humor purposes. Other people just do it because they want you to fucking do it. Up yours. I will do it if your content is watchable enough and good enough and whatever, and I like it on a personal level or whatever. That's the whole point. Don't force it down on me. But I do tell you to comment. Leave any comment you want in the comments. You can even say, I'm leaving a comment in the comment section. Do it. I order you. No, I don't. So, yeah. So you'll be hearing that a lot until, well, I've said I'm going to keep rambling on. I'm going in a circle. But speaking of this week, this first week of the year, I'm actually going to take it off. That's the alcohol coming back. I'm actually going to take it off just to pre-record stuff because I've only got to record for the first 2 months. I've already started filming stuff for this month in January, so this next week will be filming stuff for end of January, start of February, because I don't know, then I can get things back organized. I like having everything pre-recorded or whatever, and then it makes making the ASF a bit more easier too. So one thing that I've been gifted from the pandemic is pre-recording stuff and making life a little bit more easier, because I knew that it would be a mad rush when reality comes back and we're all able to go outside and do stuff again or whatever. So I am taking a week off, but I will be back on the 8th of January with my first video, which is a Sunday. So that will be obviously following Sunday, whole week off. I won't be uploading anything. I will not be live streaming anything, but I will be, as I said, uploading the ASF preview video on Friday when I would be streaming. So look forward to that. And then I'll be back to regular schedule, and then I'll probably be doing the first Thursday live stream that week for Dreams, and back to good old live streaming every Friday again. And then that'll be it until we get to March. I've been hyping this up too much. I picked it up. I managed to get one in my possession mid-October time. I think I showed it off in one of the Horror Month live streams. I forget which one, but it was one of them, and I said, I finally got something that works, that I want to work, and it's gonna provide more content for the channel that I can't wait to get involved in. So I bet you are still wondering what this is. I mean, it looks like a pretty weird device when you say, what on earth can he actually mean? How is this going to benefit the channel in any way? And I'm like, I'm building it up too much, I feel, but this is a big deal for me. Very big deal. I've been trying to get something to help me record a certain thing for a while for the channel, just so I can play the games on it. So I tell you what, instead of telling you what it is, I'm going to show you what it is. I'm going to show some footage now, and your eyes are going to pop out your head. Hopefully not literally. And you're going to go, oh, because what I've got planned for March this year is not just for March. There will be games that I'll be playing outside of it for sure on regular basis after March because of this. So, with that being said, have a look at what this can do. All the footage. Ah, I see. Yes. Is it sunk in yet? I'm going to thank everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed the end of year vlog. I've talked about stuff, and I don't know how long I've taken. We'll have to see. Ah, there. The booze. So, yeah, look forward to March this year. I know I am. I definitely know I am. And there will be other games associated with a Sega Dreamcast coming to this channel on a regular basis after that. It's the first console I ever bought with my own money, so it's got a special place in my heart. It's the first console I actually owned that wasn't bought by my parents. So, and it's one of my favorite consoles of all time. And I can't wait to show you some of the fun that you can have if you've never played on one before. And if you have played on one before, you'll know exactly what I mean. There's loads of fun to be had this March and beyond. So with that being said, I'll see you however and whenever. Good day and goodbye. Mwah. Oh no, wait, I shouldn't be kissing that. How about this? Mwah. It works.